215 leak just came out. The chapter starts with where we left off in the previous chapter, wherein the punch that Itadori was throwing, he finally lands the punch on Sukuna, and Sukuna realizes, at first he curses Megumi and realizes that his cursed energy output has reduced way below what he was expecting. At this point, he just hopes that it doesn't fall below 10%, which signifies that his power level has gone down drastically due to Megumi fighting back inside of. After this, he comments that everything requires a final touch-up. At this point, he fails to sense that someone else has entered into the battlefield, and it's the person we were least expecting. It's none other than Maki. So Maki enters the battlefield, and Sukuna realizes that Nui has not been able to do any damage to her. It will be interesting to see how that went, like how did she manage to escape, because nothing about that was shown previously. And Yuuji forms a tag team and they simultaneously attack Sukuna. At this point, Sukuna also tries to fight back and throws a punch at Maki, which Maki just grabs a hold of his hand and lands a hit on Sukuna. Which this particular scene is epic. Like we have seen Maki grow as a character, we have seen her suffer so much in the previous chapters, and to see her do that kind of damage on Sukuna, it was truly impressive. And for Maki fans, you guys are gonna love this particular portion. Maki throws Sukuna, pushes him, and he is like pushed back to quite an extent. And after this, Yuuji throws a barricade at Sukuna. After which, seeing which, Sukuna comments that, hey, how pathetic and weak you are. I just don't understand why Sukuna, being inside of Yuuji and witnessing his journeys for such a long time, refuses to acknowledge his journey and his growth as a character. So yeah, I think this will make it all the better for Yuuji fans when the final battle happens and Yuuji hopefully manages to kick Sukuna's ass. Maki asking Yuuji if he can keep up with her, as in keep up with her speed. At which then after this, there's this insane shot wherein they are both coming towards each other, and Sukuna is also getting ready to handle the situation. And while they're like very close to each other, Maki grabs a hold of Yuuji's legs and hurls him towards Sukuna. And Yuuji, our boy Yuuji, manages to land a critical hit on Sukuna. And this shot was epic, like seriously epic. After this, Sukuna realizes that if he continues to Megumi is basically still fighting inside of him, and he's not able to do any sort of serious damage to his friends. So he needs to lower his cursed energy output. So the fight continues, and after this, Sukuna, we see a new technique of Sukuna, which is spider web technique, which is basically like a spider's web all around the battlefield. And this basically throws both of them off, and as they were about to land, and it kind of throws them off and gives Sukuna a little bit of an upper hand. At this point, Sukuna manages to punch Maki in the face, and this was he's basically, the punch does land on Maki. However, she quickly brushes that off and splits some blood from her mouth and continues the fight. It is at this moment when they notice that someone else have entered into the battlefield, and it's none other than Uraume. So as soon as she enters the battlefield, she activates her technique Frost Calm and freezes everyone. Like everyone gets frozen at this point of time. And like I was a bit mad at this point. The fight was just getting started and it was getting intense, and suddenly she just interrupted the whole thing. But however, after this, she apologizes to Sukuna, saying that hope I did not interfere, and mentions that she actually didn't use her full ability on Yuuji, whereas she did freeze him, but not completely. So to which Sukuna remarks that he does not really need Itadori anymore, which is again he continues to diss Itadori. After which they are both having this is a very interesting conversation that happens between both of them, where Sukuna asks her if all the preparations are ready for his body, to which she replies that yes, the bath is ready. So is Sukuna going to get his body back? This is going to be the next big question that will be in everyone's mind after reading this chapter. So which will be pretty epic, when you think about it. I mean, considering that we were all confused as to what is going to happen after this, to think that Sukuna will get back all his strength, this is going to be insane. However, I still think that Megumi will be a part of Sukuna's plan, considering that Megumi Megumi's technique is of particular interest to Sukuna, and I think he will be critical in his future fight against Gojo Satoru. So let's see how that happens. So yeah, as after this conversation, they were ready to take off when Itadori Yuji manages to free himself from the ice and he's about to attack Sukuna, but it's already too late as they're already flying away, and Itadori looks a little bit disappointed in this at this point, and Sukuna remarks that how pathetic you look, again mocking, so for the third time mocking Itadori Yuji. So a lot of questions are coming on our minds right now as to firstly the entire Sukuna's body thing, like him getting his body back. I don't know how that will happen. It's going to be interesting. Like the next couple of chapters will be very interesting, and I'll be hooked. I'll be like eagerly waiting for all the new chapters to come out so I can read them as soon as they're out. And if you guys are also excited, let me know. And if you have some theories, do let me know. Like I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, it was also interesting to see Maki's character development. Like she has also been through a lot, just like Itadori Yuji. And to see her fight in this chapter, it was a beautiful feeling to, yeah. And I just wanted to see a little bit more of Maki's in this fight. However, I guess like the story has to go on. So yeah, I expect to see more of Maki in action in the future and in the next few chapters. So let's see how that goes. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section what you think of this chapter. And bye for today.